Hello YouTube, are you ready for a What's Sold on Poshmark and Mercari in February of 2020 video? Hope so. I once again only included sales that were over $20. If you do want to see all of my sales, I can definitely do next month's including everything, but I figure the higher price sales are probably more interesting and more of what you'd want to pick up with sourcing. So I'll start with saying I sold 50 items total, 47 sales on Posh and 2 on Mercari. Oh wait, no, I sold 52 items then. Yes. So I know it's not a huge amount, and it's probably about half of what I sold in like October and November, but my sales are starting to pick up again. Very excited about that. Since I only do this part-time, well, technically part-time, but I put a lot of hours into Poshmark. Yeah, my sales are starting to pick up. I did hire a virtual assistant, a VA, and she started sharing on the 14th, and my sales have like really gone up since then, and so it's definitely worth it. I'm glad I made the commitment to do it, because I had kept putting it off, thinking, no, I can just share my own closet, and then it would get to the point where I wasn't sharing at all, and I was not making sales, so that was my own fault. So, without further ado, I will start with my sales. My first sale here is a Bowden ruched side dress. It's like a sleeveless jersey style dress. It's over $20. I had that, I think I got that over the summer, so I had been holding on to it for a long time. The next sale is Revice Dream Fit Sweet Monday Wash jeans. These I picked up a while ago as well, but they sold for $40, so that was a good buy, I think. I just, like I said, I wasn't sharing enough, so that's probably why it took longer for them to sell. Next is a pair of Rag & Bone high-rise 10-inch skinny jeans. The rise was 10 inches, that's what they were called. They sold for $60. Those were actually a relist. I have been relisting stale inventory a lot more lately, and I've found a lot of success with it. These jeans, I think I had them down to like $30, and still nobody was buying them. I relisted them for like $70, and someone offered me $60. So it works. Next is this Prana Sherpa lined Diva vest. This was a really, really nice vest, and it was so soft and cozy, and it was my size, so I almost kept it. I'm glad I didn't, because I made $79 from that. It retails for over $100. It was in great shape, and it sold within like a couple weeks of me getting it. The next is a pair of J-brand high-rise bootcut jeans. They were like a dark wash. Those I had for a while as well. They finally sold for $25. J-brand is just something I really don't pick up anymore, because they just sit, and they're not super popular, even though they retail for a lot of money. The next is a pair of AG Tomboy straight leg cropped jeans. They sold for $25. Once again, like, AG is not selling for a whole lot for me lately either, so I'll pick them up still, but, you know, not for a whole lot of money. The next was like a bag that I really liked, and I just had no use for it, so it was the show Firefly and the movie Serenity. I don't know if any of you are fans, but it was the Kaylee messenger bag. It was from Think Geek, and it was just like an exclusive, like, sold out print. It was a messenger bag that like had all of the things from her outfit on it. It was really cool, and it sold for $55. So definitely don't skip over like fan stuff. There are people that will pay up for that, especially if it's like a limited edition thing. My next was a Roxy coat that I showed you in my bins haul video. It's called the 10K Dry Flight ski jacket. It was like a green and blue stripe. I got it, well, yeah, I got it at the bin, so it was cheap. And I got $50 for it. It was really pretty. The next was this pair of Antonia St. New York Victoria heels. And these, it's not really a well-known brand, but I saw these heels and I was like, these are awesome. They have like a, I don't know what it's called. It's like a sneaker insole sort of. And if you go to their website and look it up, they only sell two kinds of shoes. They sell a heel and a flat, and they only sell them in black and nude. And they're like, I don't know if they were a Kickstarter, but they were something like that. It took a little while for me to sell them since, you know, it was an unknown brand, but I sold them for $75. They were in perfect shape. They were a size 9 regular, so it was a good size and everything. Next is my Shoes of Prey Brogue wingtip shoes. Sorry, I was just trying to remember what that actually was. They were like a silver shoe. There was like some celebrities line, which I can't remember right now. But they're not made anymore. They had a lot of interest, but they took a while to sell. They sold for $40. The next was this Grace Elements micro pleated vegan leather skirt. Also had a lot of interest, but took a while to sell and sold for $20. It was new with tags. I got it pretty cheap though, so not a big deal. The next was a bundle, my only bundle of February. It had an Anthropologie Meadow Rue holly top. It was like a silky, like green, pretty green top. It was new with tags. The next was a YA Los Angeles lace chiffon shift dress. It's like a peach with black lace. The next was a vintage corset top nightgown. It had a dry cleaning tag on it, so it was in perfect condition. The zipper was a little, like it stuck a little bit, but I mentioned that in the description. And I had a Johnny Was Kame jumpsuit, new with tags. I don't do a whole lot of retail arbitrage, but this one, I went to Nordstrom Rack and I got a bunch of things. And I saw this Johnny Was, and I've never sold Johnny Was before. So I was really excited. And I got $150 for this whole bundle. It was a little less than I wanted to take for it, but the Johnny Was jumpsuit retailed for over $200. But obviously I didn't pay that much for it. So I was happy to make that bundle sale. The next was a Tidal boxing hoodie. I actually used to go to Tidal boxing and I saw the hoodie and thought it was cool, so I grabbed it and sold for $22. The next was a pair of Madewell rigid flare, like 70s style jeans. These also had a lot of interest, but they sat, I think I got them in November maybe, but they sold for $45, so that was pretty good. One of these days, I swear I will get through an entire video without my camera malfunctioning. I actually did the whole rest of the video and then realized it cut me off. So, before anything else happens, let me go on. I'm pretty sure I left off with this Madewell rigid flare 70s style jeans that sold for $45. Those were great. Alright, next one is a pair of sandals by the brand Icon that make like a wearable art sort of thing. The reason why I had them for so long was because they were in my death pile and I couldn't find a size on them. I knew they were tiny, but I swear I looked all over the entire sandal and I couldn't find anything. And then one day I happened to look again and it was like teeny tiny inside. They were a size 6. So I listed them and they sold for $24. I had a pair of White House Black Market Ultra Stretch ankle pants in the color Biscotti. Those were listed probably since December. I got an offer for $30, which I took because they didn't have a whole lot of interest on them. Because White House Black Market stuff kind of, sometimes it doesn't sell very well. But these were new with tags, so that's why I grabbed them. The next was also something that had been in my death pile for a long time. I got in a Goodwill blue box, DIY denim, whatever. It's a pair of James jeans in the Hector boot cut. I looked at them and I said, okay, well, I guess I'll list them. And then I had an offer of $40 within the week I listed them. I accepted it, and then the person had a payment issue and never fixed it. So then somebody else offered $44, which I gladly took that. So I made an extra few bucks. The next was a Lulu's Pretty Pretender faux wrap dress. This was a super pretty dress, new with tags. It'd be great for like wedding guest season. It's a very pretty spring dress, floral. New with tags. I don't know if I said that. It was $40. I got $40 for it. There you go. The next was another thing that was in my bins haul video. It was a pair of vintage Patagonia high-rise shorts. And these shorts were tiny. They were marked for a size 6, but the waist was like 24 inches, which is absolutely not a size 6. So I labeled them as a size 24 because that was the waist. And they had a ton of people like them. And I went back and forth with someone offering. She offered like 15, and then I said 25, and she offered 16, and I offered 25. Finally she got to 20, and I was like, okay, 20's fine. So I took 20 for them. The next was in my last haul video. It's a ModCloth Mata Traders team building breakfast dress. I had a ton of interest, and someone offered me $35, which I took. It was a great price for that. And ModCloth stuff sells so fast for me. Plus, I love ModCloth, so I think that has something to do with it when I'm like very excited about listing a certain thing. I don't know. I like only listing things that I think I would wear. Next was a pair of Cole Haan Oxford heels in this like bright green. They're called the Lucinda. I've had those for a while, but they were also size 6, which sometimes can be a tough sell. And I ended up getting $40 for them. They were probably a St. Patrick's Day purchase. That would make sense. The next was another thing in my bins haul video, was these American Eagle brown booties. They were like the only shoes I picked up at the bins, and they sold for $30. Next was another relist, a pair of J. Jill micro stripe trouser pants. I had these listed for a long time, and I think it was just because they were unflattering pictures. It's really hard to take pictures of these plus size trouser pants, because like all the pictures I took, they just looked like dumpy. Like I wish that I could have found a stock photo. They were new with tags. I looked like high and low for a stock photo and could not find one. So I had them listed a while. I relisted them last week, and they sold almost immediately for $35. Glad to see them go. Next was a beach lunch lounge button-up shirt. It was called the Luciana. It had like embroidered flowers on it. It was like a tie front. Also new with tags. Very cute. Sold it for $22. Next was an Ann Taylor art stripe color block maxi dress. It was like these blues. It was sleeveless. It's like a silky, it was polyester, but it was like very silky. I sold it for $50. It was also new with tags. I'm noticing now that I've sold a lot of new with tag stuff. Yeah, the next one is also new with tags. It was this brand I've never heard of, Queeness. I got it in a Goodwill blue box for dresses, I think. It's new with tags. It was a midi wiggle dress. It's like a retro pin-up sort of thing. It had like a little ruffle on the bottom, some gold buttons. It was cute. It was definitely cute. I got $22 for it. Next was another relist. Just goes to show, relist your stale items. You never know. And this Lily Pulitzer button-up paisley shirt. And I had so many lowball offers on this. Like, I didn't even have it listed that high. It was like $35 or something. But like, I got offers for like $10, and I'd go back and forth. And so the last girl that offered me $10, I went back 25. She went back 12. I went back 25. She came back at 14, and I was like, this girl obviously wants this shirt. So I accepted $14. And then she had a payment issue, and she never fixed it. So I waited 24 hours for her to fix it. She didn't. I deleted the item. I relisted it at $35. The next day, I got an offer for $25, and I gladly took that. Relist your stale items. And the last thing is a pair of Onzy floral yoga pants. They're like a legging, full length legging. These yoga pants usually retail between like $80 and $90. So I thought I'd get a little more for them, but I got $20. I went back and forth with this person too, who started at like 15. But always counter as well. That is my other bit of advice. If someone lowballs you, counter them. Always counter them. Even if they ignore you. Sometimes they won't ignore you. Sometimes they will just accept your counter. They're just looking to make a negotiation. If you get, like, offended by someone's offer, then you're probably not in the right business. Just always counter. Anyway, my 2 Mercari sales were a Victoria's Secret cheetah swimsuit, which was also in my bins haul video. I got an offer for $30, and that was with me paying for shipping. I accepted. And next was this like vintage Jessica McClintock wedding dress. It's like a very simple wedding dress, like no poofy whatever. It was just like a lace with like little flowers on it. So pretty. It'd be